Hey, Karen Jones here from The Heart Matters with this issue of scrumptious relationships. So we're going to talk this time about you have this great guy, it's almost divine, except you don't feel that, oh, I must rip his clothes off when you see him, that woo feeling. And so you think that there's something wrong. So let's handle that, why don't we? So I want to talk about two different components that will definitely be a contributor to something like that. I'm assuming that this man fits what you require and all that kind of thing. You've done that work, so I'm operating from that assumption. So the first thing I want to talk about is just what a bad deal we got as girls and then women, because most of us were raised on these fairy tales. And the fairy tales that are all about the one, and we stop having the fairy tales read to us, and then we pretty much are moving into the movies, those romantic movies like Pretty Woman, one of the most popular movies of all time. And so what this fairy tale does is it tells us how we're supposed to recognize who the one is. And of course we always have that feeling for him because he's this virile, protective, amazing, handsome, masculine man, and he makes us feel like that all the time. He always knows what we need and does it without us ever having to ask for it. He does it perfectly. Of course he does it perfectly. It goes on and on and on, right? We recognize him right away. He always saves us from every mess that we ever get into, right? So there's all this stuff that we're programmed to expect from the one. Now there's the other thing, which is just how much more control you actually have over the feelings that you have with this man. Because, when you're generating something, you're going to feel it more anyway. So I want to give you some ways that you can actually ramp up some of those feelings of attraction and yumminess that you really want, right? So the first thing is just the way that you take care of your body and your possessions, but the way you take care of yourself and your body. And the first thing I want you to do is go take a look in your lingerie drawer. Now, are the items in your lingerie drawer something you would be delighted to have the fantasy guy, right? Mr. Fairy Tale guy. Would you like him to see you in those undies? Hey, and if it's yes, good for you. If not, there's a place to put a little attention. Because I'll tell you, when you're wearing divine underwear, you are going to feel like some sexy babe. And your guy is going to feel it. Guaranteed. Right? So taking care of your body, taking care of your possessions. Also, flirting with him. And I mean flirting like you did when you guys first were together. The stuff that it falls by the wayside because you're too busy handling the stuff of life. But flirting, that's like, I don't know, like a fountain of youth or a fountain of passion or a fountain of love or lust. So work that. And you already know how to do it because you got the guy, right? So you know how to do it. So go back to some of that. The other thing, based on the idea that what we put our attention on is the stuff that we get more of. So notice the things that you do like about him, that you do find sexy, that he is doing well. Absolutely. Put your attention on what's going great, because that will also ramp up your feelings of attraction. And then the other thing is ask him for things that you want and need. And of course, when he provides them, be really appreciative. That combination of things, you just feeling it by the way that you're taking care of yourself, and then also the ways that you're interacting with your man. Oh, P.S. One thing I wanted to mention, when you're doing that whole focus on what you appreciate and what's good and what you like and what's sexy, the other side of that is stop putting your attention on the things that you don't like, because what you put your attention on is what gets bigger. Okay? So that's your assignment for the next couple of weeks. I'm pretty sure you're going to notice a change kind of fast. That's my bet. Have fun. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.